It is time to finish the guides on up specials with the rising star among them, pun intended. So without wasting any time, let's take a look at how to use Thrust Uppercut. This video will be covering the use of Thrupper out of shield, as an anti-air, for taking stocks, as well as some generally useful facts you should know. Let's start with the most outstanding property, speed. Thrust Uppercut is one of the only 5 moves in the game which can be performed as early as frame 3 out of shield, with the others being Mario, Dr. Mario, Little Mac and Game & Watch Uppy. This allows you to punish pretty much every single move in the game if not spaced correctly, except for some rare cases. Attacks like Mario Becker might only be -2 on shield, but that would only be the case if it's completely unstable and performed exactly 1 frame before hitting the ground. So in practice, don't be scared to punish a misspaced area. The main downfall of the move, however, is its range. With its relatively small starting hitbox, the opponent has to land very close to you, meaning it won't be of much use against any sort of disjointed attack. Cross-ups are also very dangerous, so pay close attention to which side your opponent will let up on. One neat little trick is using Thrupper in between multi-hits like Lucas Nair to avoid having to deal with cross-ups. If, however, you miss, you're gonna eat a very strong punish, so always consider the risk and reward. On stages like Battlefield, it is possible to land on the top platform when performed on the ground, which is way safer to do. Thrupper out of shield will also start killing at around 120%, depending on its stage and character. Against fast fallers, you should avoid using the move before approximately 30%, as they can fast fall and punish you for hitting it. Thrupper speed and medium-sized disjoint make it a great tool for anti-airing opponents coming from above. This can be useful against jump-heavy characters who want to space their aerials, like an Ike full hopping in front of you. Same goes for an opponent in the corner who tries to jump over you. The kill range and risk-reward ratio is the same when using it out of shield, so don't get too predictable. Using Thrupper as an anti-air is more of a read than a guaranteed punish out of shield, so it's also way more punishable if expected. Now for the part you've been waiting for, kill setups with Thrupper. Everyone can mash Uppy out of shield, or when they see someone jumping, but optimizing your punish game with Thrupper combos is as important as it's difficult. So let me walk you through your options. The easiest setup to execute is landing up air into Thrupper. The kill range lies anywhere from 80 to 130% and is more viable in some matchups than others. At percents before that, you can also extend your combo with more up airs depending on percents and platform availability, bringing the kill range down to values as low as 40%. In general, the more platforms and the lower the blast zone, the more likely it is for any amount of up airs into Thrupper to kill. Up air is Brawler's most complex area, so talking about how exactly you should use it will need a video on its own. But here are some basics you need to understand about up air. You can either delay your fast fall just enough to auto-cancel the move and then try to follow up, or you delay your attack and fast fall as soon as possible. Both are correct in different situations, which I will explain in depth in another video. Another more read-based kill situation is when your opponent recovers very high. Some characters like Snake or Pac-Man will try to avoid ledge trapping and rather deal with landing. If you capitalize on that and catch them off guard, you can get a kill at any percents. The same goes for jump reads. A very common habit against the Brawler is to DI in and jump after getting suplexed. You can call out the jump and quickly chase them with a double jump Thrupper to surprise them. As I said, this is a risky read, but it's still worth mentioning due to its common occurrence. Finally, what everyone has been expecting, down throw into Thrupper. The ding dong of Smash Ultimate, the rage bringer of Raub mains, and probably the most misunderstood thing about Brawler next to down tilt header kick. Going over all the details of this combo would take way too much time, so I will, just like with up air, make a separate video for that. In this video, I will not explain how to perfectly execute it, on which characters it works, what the perfect amount of pummels is, if you should dash and then jump or instant double jump, what counterplay exists. All of that will not be covered here. If you want to see a guide for that, then let me know and I will make it as soon as possible. So, with that said, here are the basics you need to know. Down throw Thrupper is a true kill combo on any legal platform, if the percents are right. On Yoshi's top platform, it can kill at 0%. On Kalor's side platforms, it might not until 90%. But if you get it at those percents, your opponent is guaranteed to be dead if you execute it right. On the ground, it's a little bit tricky. Against perfect DI, which is almost always DI away, it will not be a true kill confirm on all characters. In fact, it won't be able to kill most characters, and even less if you are off by 1 or 2 frames. The general rule is, the floatier and lighter your opponent is, the higher the chance of the combo being true. A big body and slow air dodge are also useful. The optimal percent window changes drastically with weight, fall speed, ceiling height, staleness and rage, so it's impossible for me to give you a good estimate without going into insane detail. The best I can say right now is, watch out at around 70 to 100% and try to get a feel for it. But if that's not enough for you, there are 2 more tricks I can show you. Trick number 1 is unfortunately mostly a Wi-Fi thing. From the moment you grab to the last frame of down throw hit lag, there are 27 frames for your opponent to input their DI. With the average reaction time and Wi-Fi delay on top of that, there's a good chance they'll miss their DI if you buffer the throw as soon as possible. Against no DI at all, down throw thrupper will be a true kill combo for a much higher percent window. So don't waste your time pummeling if you think you can catch them by surprise. Trick number 2 is going for a DI trap at latch. If you get a grab around 100% while right at latch, your opponent will be quite hesitant to DI out. Forward throw might not quite kill, but it will still put them in a horrible situation. So some opponents might DI in on reflex, giving you the chance to down throw and capitalize on their wrong DI. To finish up the video, here are some quick tips which didn't fit in one of the categories. Finishing a combo with thrupper is possible, but if a different finisher like Uppercut can be chosen, go for that one to avoid staining thrupper. Down throw into forward air into thrupper is a true combo at 0%, which deals a nice 37%. With platforms it will work even later. When recovering to latch, you can hold down for a bit before grabbing it, so you hit opponents waiting at latch. Once the move is started, you can hold inwards or outwards to influence the angle thrupper will travel. If you hold inwards, it will go high enough to land on the top battlefield platform, and also kill earlier. On frame 3 to 6, Brawler has invincibility on his arm. In some very rare cases, this might help contesting certain low range moves like jabs. And that's it for how to use thrupper. If you look forward to the in-depth down throw thrupper guide, as well as the up air guide, please subscribe and maybe even like this video. Until next time.
It's just not fun, man. You're not even working for your kills, bro. You just grab me at fucking 70 and I die because this matchup is so fucking bad.
Grab me at fucking 70 and I die.